Last week in Luke's Gospel, Jesus entered the house of a leading Pharisee for a banquet, and they were watching him. Today, Luke speaks of another banquet. Tax collectors and sinners were all drawing near to listen to Jesus. It's a banquet of mercy. The Pharisees and the scribes began to complain, saying, "This man welcomes sinners and eats with them." And Jesus asks them, "When you lose something, don't you want it back? Don't you do everything you can to get it back, especially if it's dear to you?" God loves what he's made. He wants it back. And God will do the most wonderful things to bring humanity back. God will send his only Son. Jesus tells 3 stories about how mercy works. The shepherd who loses a sheep, the woman who loses a coin, the father who loses a son. It's not easy to be merciful, the stories remind us. Not easy at all. The shepherd, looking for his lost sheep, has to leave the 99 others behind, and he's not sure he'll even find the lost sheep. But he goes in search of it. And when he finds the sheep, he puts it on his shoulders and he goes home rejoicing, calling his neighbors and his friends to rejoice with him. The woman who loses a coin, will she ever find this small thing in the dark dirt floor in her house? Did someone steal it? She has 1,000 questions. But she gets a lamp and sweeps until she finds it. And then she calls her friends and her neighbors to rejoice with her. The Father waits for his Son, who broke away from him so completely, so unjustly. But he waits and waits, never giving up hope, till his Son returns. And then, like the shepherd, like the woman, he calls everyone to rejoice with him. The eldest son in the final parable questions the mercy his father shows. It's not right. It's not fair. It's not just. Those are questions we too ask about mercy. Mercy's not easy. But we have to celebrate, his father says. He was dead and has come back to life. He was lost, and now he's found. Jesus says heaven rejoices when there's mercy. We need to hear these stories because Jesus says the merciful are blessed. They shall obtain mercy. And we all need the mercy of God.